Oh hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to a video about a day in the life of a college student, specifically a student from Sunway College in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Anyways, here, take a look at the view outside of my apartment room. Isn't this a bit breathtaking? Just look at how the first rays of sunlight hitting the sides of those buildings. A good view, especially when you live at the higher floor in an apartment building, eh? Just look at the view over there. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not from Kuala Lumpur. I was actually from Borneo, specifically in the state of Sabah, from a smaller town called Lahadatu. I've been long familiar with life in a town, but city life? Well, it's not much of a difference, considering that the region I live in is not as crowded as the more central regions of Kuala Lumpur, which would have been hectic and quite difficult. Oh hey, there's me. The Sunway campus is not as crowded as the central regions of Kuala Lumpur. It's more like a small town, considering there are no tall buildings around and there are store lots. Still, it would occasionally get a lot trafficy outside of the campus because it's a campus, and there's obviously going to be many students going there to study. So naturally, many students who actually live there have to commute there. And so, the usual weekday traffic that occurs every morning and evening. But that's not too much of a problem for me. Besides, I live in an apartment that is literally close to the campus. I don't need a car. I can just walk all the way there, on foot, which is very convenient. Besides, I could use a little exercise in a while, rather than just sitting in the car for extended periods of time. Anyway, it was a Thursday when I recorded this footage, and on weekdays like these I always start my day by turning off the AC and turning on the ceiling fan, before immediately heading to the bathroom for the morning toothbrushing session. Yes, this is footage of me brushing my teeth in my bathroom. Nothing wrong with that actually. I mean, does it count as 18 plus stuff? No. Why would that be? Once that was done, I changed into clothes for the day, a normal t-shirt and long pants, something I always wear to school whenever there are classes. I selected a yellow t-shirt with white stripes and gray pants with green lines on the sides. Next, I made my bed, folding the blanket until it is nice and flat. Although it did take me some time as I was doing this with one hand holding my phone as I recorded this, I also fixed up the pillows too. And then the moment came when I ventured out of my room for the first time. Today. The first thing I did was taking a sip from a mug of warm water, which is what I did every day. You gotta delete all the toxins from your throat. And why not do so while sitting by the window overlooking the surrounding area? You got the sun over there, and the buildings down there, made better especially when you're living in the 22nd floor of an apartment. Now, isn't this a sight to behold? It just puts you in a scene of peace and tranquility as you look into the sun and the breathtaking view of the city. That's city life to you. Heading back to my room, I prepped my bag to head to school later. I simply just placed it on my bed so that I would take notice later. I know, I had a difficult moment trying to balance it for a moment. But first, study time. I have 2 tests coming up in the form of quizzes, and of course I don't want to possibly get poor grades from them. So I spent all the time I had to revise on the subjects that would be covered later. Here you could see me studying a chapter from a subject called 2D Animations and Principles, which comes under the Diploma for Digital Content Creation course. Speaking of which, did I mention that was the course I took? Well, now you know. I chose this because I wanted to become a successful animation YouTuber someday in the future. So here I am, studying the necessary things for my potential future career. Anyways, that's enough of that time lapse. When the time came, it was finally time to pack my things. My tablet, my mouse pad, and everything else is already in the bag, so that's all I have to do. Then I put on my smartwatch, which I needed to do so off camera. Then my wallet, and my water bottle. I mustn't forget about my keys, otherwise I would get locked out of my own room. Anyways, it's time to go to college. You know what, maybe I should bring my handkerchief as well. 'Cause why not? I lock my door, and then I close this light, and then I grab my shoes to put them on. After leaving, I lock the front door as well because not only do I not want myself to get robbed, but I don't want anyone else living with me to get robbed as well. Otherwise, if it really happened, then I would have felt very guilty about it. Then, for a brief moment, I had a hard time locking the front door because its lock is a bit faulty. Then, I went to call the elevator, because why would I take the stairs to go from a high floor all the way down to the ground floor? Now that I'm at the ground floor, the journey to the campus truly begins. And here we are, Sunway College. It wasn't too far of a walk away from where I live at. The first thing I did upon arriving at campus was to refill my water bottle at the built-in refill stations, a really neat feature at the Sunway campus, and I'm glad they had them. Why refill your massive water bottle at home when you could do so quickly at the campus? Once my bottle is full, it's time for breakfast at the cafeteria. Let's go and find a good place to sit. This spot will do. Selamat pagi. Nasi goreng Cina, nasi goreng sedikit. What I ordered back there was Chinese fried rice, albeit with a reduced amount of rice. The reason being that I'm in a slight diet, meaning that I don't want to gain more than how much I lose. Anyways, while my food was being made, I did some more studying, because why not? Soon enough, my food was ready. It may not look like the best fried rice, but it's acceptable in my standards. Well, time to eat and study at the same time. No time to lose. That was a quick and enjoyable meal there. Anyways, time to make my way to our classroom. I mustn't forget to return my plate as well. It's a law here in the cafeteria. And here we are, the computer lab. And there's my classroom.
Hi, teacher.
My teacher just so happens to be there already, as well as some of my other classmates.
Oh, yeah. FODCC. Huh?
All I had to do now was to activate my computer and log in. Somehow I input the wrong password. Let's try that again, shall we? That's more like it. Not long after, everyone was present in the classroom, and so we began our session of the day with a quick revision of the quiz questions that are about to appear in the upcoming quiz. Once our revision lecture was done, we would make our final preparations for our quiz, spending the next few minutes going through each of the topics, trying our best to memorize all the points and explanations that we've learned in the past couple of months. Before I know it, I completed the quiz. Let's see how well I did. 25 out of 30? Not bad. And here are the questions that I've went through. If you want to read each and every one of them, you could pause the video to read them yourself. Once the quiz was done, we had a discussion on the quiz questions and why their answers were such. Simultaneously, I booted up Adobe Illustrator and opened up a file containing an assignment that was due that day. It was supposed to be a Christmas-themed Burger King advertisement for Instagram. Before we knew it, we were revising for the second quiz again, this time for the 2D animation subject that I showed you earlier. Each of us are given 2 attempts to perform the quiz. For me, my results are okay. For my first attempt, I got 13 out of 20 correct. And for my second attempt, I got 14 out of 20 correct. Not to say I was disappointed. Besides, the questions may have been a bit confusing. Everyone else had the same idea. You could tell that by the loud discussions in the background. With both quizzes out of the way, I can now fully focus on the Burger King ad from earlier. This is what I came up with. It's a rather simple design with a snowy background, some normal texts, and a pretty straightforward message here. Now, I'm going to submit them to the eLearn website, well ahead of the deadline. With the remaining time that I had at school, I decided to do yet another piece of assignment, this time being from the subject of History of Art, where I am part of a group of 4 required to contribute to the creation of some presentation slides and an Instagram post. Since classes had been completed more than an hour ago, most of us had already left for home, leaving just me and some others behind. I decided to stay behind since I planned to have my lunch at the school cafeteria later on. When lunchtime hit, I packed up my things and left for the cafeteria. I've decided to order my food there, but first, a quick bathroom break. As soon as I placed my order, it was already done. My chicken breast rice was priced at 7 ringgits 50 cents. Thank you. I then went to one of the nearby vending machines to buy myself a can of 100 plus isotonic drink. It's what I always like to drink with my chicken rice, because why not? Well, bon appetit. Delicious as always, as it always has been. I should probably mention that it was during the afternoons that the cafeteria would experience its rush hour. It's where most students would come in and eat their lunch. Upon finishing my lunch and refilling my water bottle once again, it's time to head home. Oh hey, there's my home over there, the 3 towers. Home sweet home. It'll only be in a few hours and I'm already back here. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot to bring back the handkerchief I left in the classroom earlier. Whoops. Anyways, since it was a Thursday, how about we do some laundry? I gathered up my dirty clothes and detergents and went to the washing machine, which was shared by everyone in the suite I reside in. Once every bit of dirty clothing is in the machine, I added the detergents, which comes in these little plastic wraps, which are special because they dissolve in water. And when they dissolve in water, that releases all the detergents into the clothes. A really nifty invention, am I right? I then set the machine to the desired settings, and then I began the cleaning process. While the machine did its work, I activated my laptop and continued on the history assignment from earlier. Soon enough, the washing is complete, but now the clothes are all wet, which is where the dryer comes in, which sits just right above the washing machine itself. All I had to do was to transfer everything from the washing machine to the dryer. Once that's done, I close the lid of the dryer before activating it, making sure that all the settings are correct, and then starting the drying process. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did make progress in the history assignment. Before long, my clothes were dry, and the next thing to do is to fold them all up and place them in their respective places in the wardrobe. Once my laundry was done, even more progress in my history assignment was made. Soon enough, the sun was setting. It was almost time for the next phase of the day. I put my computer to sleep mode, packed my smaller backpack with the necessary items, and went out again. This time, I went to a place called Rock Cafe, which isn't too far away from the campus. In fact, it's literally just separated by a block of stores. Anyway, Rock Cafe is like a food court, where you have multiple little food stalls to order food from. You can order chicken rice, fried rice, mixed rice, spaghetti, chicken chop, you name it. They have one of everything. And here we are, the interior of Rock Cafe. And you can already tell it's quite crowded in here. Besides, most of these people are college students from Sunway and also the nearby Menage. I was in the mood for mixed rice that night, and so I ordered a plate of white rice and had the opportunity to add whatever sides I like on my rice. So here's what I've ordered for tonight. Rice with vegetables and some sauce-dipped fried chicken bits. It wasn't much, but I'm used to eating food like this, especially back in my hometown. In total, it costed 8 ringgits. Ah, the feeling of nostalgia from eating in a crowded restaurant in Malaysia. Delicious as always. My time spent here daily isn't too long, so as soon as I finished my meal, I went home. It is as straightforward as that. Here's another view of my apartment at night. Then I got to work on another piece of homework. Except this time, it was one that is long overdue. Because, a lot of complications. Hashtag student life. Anywho, after making some progress on that long overdue homework, about time I take my daily shower. But not before preparing the AC. I went to grab my sleeping clothes that I would wear after the shower. Then, I entered the bathroom. Oh hey, there's me again. I'll be back in a moment. Well, that was rejuvenating. Well, I just came back from my shower, and I changed myself into the sleeping clothes for the night. Immediately after taking that shower, I brushed my teeth for the second time of the day. Next, I went on to take my daily medication, which is something I've been doing since the end of my primary school days. Not to say I have some kind of chronic medical condition. I'm completely healthy, and this medication would help increase my immunity towards possible sicknesses. Oh, and I should mention, they are not what you think. Hashtag student life again. I have been working on the homework until 12 p.m. I shouldn't stay up even later, so yeah. I guess that concludes today. And so, my day ends with the lights out. Well, you've made it to the end. I just want to say, thanks for watching my video. And if you found it insightful on college life, you can consider pressing the like button or comment down below if you have any questions relating to things in college. I would also appreciate if you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, for more future content that'll come. And if you happen to have any relatives or friends planning to go to college soon, you can share them this video as well. As always, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.